Responses like these are so like clockwork, they've become extremely fucking boring. Hello, this is Mario Jade, and I'm back with another video. Now, I have not played Baldur's Gate 3, I do not intend to play it, so I cannot comment on the storyline, the game mechanics, or the companions at all, but what I will give my 2 cents on is this asinine response from Dragon Age lead writer David Gaider, who is blaming misogyny for the wide dislike of a certain Baldur's Gate 3 companion. Why? Because that companion is female. Shocker. Let's just dive right into this stupidity so we can get a gauge of what David Gaider is, why he's blaming misogyny, or why he's lobbing this accusation at the fandom in general. So without further ado, here it is. According to Dragon Age series lead writer David Gaider, the Baldur's Gate 3 player base's general dislike of the game's companion Lae'zel is not founded in any criticism of her actual character, but rather based on an inherent sense of misogyny supposedly found across both genders in all fandoms. So, males, you're misogynistic. Females, we have internalized misogyny. Go fucking figure. But at any rate, moving on. A Githyanki fighter who puts her pride in her race above almost all else, Lae'zel first meets the player while both are in captivity under the Mind Flayers, the two eventually teaming up to free themselves from their predicament. One of the earliest companions available to meet in Larian Studios' critically acclaimed RPG, Lae'zel is considered by many players to be less a, quote, partner, and more the digital representation of, quote, that one player who joins the table and refuses to cooperate even one bit. And there's, by rule of thumb, generally always one type of player like that. But moving on. Replete with a habit of suggesting the party take the most brutal and violent routes possible, regardless of whether or not doing so would be advantageous. So she's pretty much one-dimensional. Abrasive, judgmental, and at times outright racist, Lae'zel's combative personality has led her to becoming a pariah, half seriously and half as a meme, among the game's player base. Just the abrasiveness and judgmental attitude alone would make her, even in my opinion, if I were playing the game, just a right pain in the fucking ass. Yet despite critics regularly praising or raising such points when explaining why they dislike the hostile heroine, the aforementioned Gaider instead believes that their rejection of Lae'zel is yet another example of typical, quote, fandom misogyny. So dust off that old playbook and lob the accusations of misogyny, racism, sexism, you name it, at the fandom, regardless of the valid complaints they have in regards to the actual character development. Alright? You have their abrasiveness, you have the judgmental attitude. Alright? Now, I cannot comment on the outright racist nature of her character. I have not played the game, so I have no idea if that's necessarily accurate or not, but at the same time, just the first two, like I said, alone would turn me off completely to the character, because this is someone that I have to deal with for hours grinding at this game. I don't want someone like that in my team, regardless of the sex. I don't want that as a companion. I don't exactly want someone to agree with everything I do either, but at the same time, it's like, that's just a thorn in the side of the player who's trying to have fun. But because it's a female character, no, it's just misogyny that's driving the criticism. Not to mention she's butt fucking ugly. Look at that. The man who crafted the core Dragon Age series main story and setting would offer his disingenuous opinion on the Baldur's Gate 3 player base in response to a round of criticism being leveled toward the Githyanki on Twitter. Lae'zel is the RPG party member equivalent of, quote, the show gets really good after season 4, tweeted at Pleasant Kenobi on August 15th, kicking off this specific round of discourse. I'm glad she has an arc, but I'm not putting up with her shit for 10 hours for her to eventually maybe stop being an ass. Alright, I say fair enough. Agreeing with at Pleasant Kenobi, fellow Twitter user at Black Salander then replied, per a record of their now deleted tweet provided by Games Radar, I'm confident if Lae was a guy, people would be swooning about him being so edgy and such a bad boy. I'm confident in my assumption, meaning I'm confident in assuming, making me an ass, that if Lae was a guy, people would be swooning about him being so edgy and such a bad boy. I cannot comment for anyone else because I am not an ass like at Black Salander. So I will say this. Me personally, just with that personality alone, no, I would not be swooning over if it was a male character to be so edgy and such a bad boy. It would be a fucking pain in my ass. The entire time. The entire time. When I'm trying to have fun, when I'm trying to get into the story, you have that type of character in my party, it'd be friendly fucking fire galore. In my opinion. If that character died, I would not attempt to restart that part in hopes of, like, continuing with that character. I would not. I would let that character stay fucking dead. Male or female. But I've internalized misogyny, according to David Gaider. Taking note of the assertion, Gaider would join the conversation on August 17th and declare, "Can confirm, the Dragon Age fandom consistently gave way more latitude and forgiveness to male characters as opposed to female characters in every game. It is very much a thing." I'm going to pose this to anyone who's watching this video who played the Dragon Age games. Is this true? I would hazard to guess that he's pulling this accusation out of his ass, but I've never played the Dragon Age games. So, to all of you who have, is this accusation, is this assertion true? Slightly disagreeing with the writer's take, independent journalist Peter Pischke would then counter, "True, but I think the audience demographic was different back in 2009. To which Gaider would retort, quote, "It was the same way for Dragon Age 2 and Dragon Age Inquisition, not just Dragon Age Origins. Fandom has always treated male characters with more forgiveness, full stop." I love the generalization. I love the generalization. Alright, disclosure, Pischke's a working relationship with Bounding into Comics, blah blah blah. As the discourse proceeded to unfold in his mentions, the Stray Gods, the role-playing musical scribe, would eventually move to mute the conversation, but not before offering his final few comments on the entire matter. Alright? 1. I meant the entire fandom, not just the dude. So basically, you females, us females out there, we have internalized misogyny if we dislike this character. 2. Yes, I get it's a generalization. 2, he full-on fucking admits it's a generalization of the entire fandom. But you personally liking a female character or disliking a male one 100% invalidates it. I have a question. What the fuck does this even mean? Yes, I get it's a generalization. But you, personally liking a female character or disliking a male one 100% invalidates it. So is he basically saying that if we prove he is wrong and invalidates what the shit that he's saying, what the fuck does that even mean? What does that even mean? And 3, I didn't think this was news to anyone, to be honest. No, it's really not news to anyone because it's the same old dusty playbook you assholes pull out of your anuses when people criticize certain characters. God fucking forbid a female character get criticized. And like I said, she's butt fucking ugly to boot. Regardless of her personality. I don't want to be looking at that shit for hours at a time while I'm playing a game. Could you at all have maybe made her at least a bit more appealing to look at? But anyway, that is the article, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, I haven't played the Dragon Age game, or I'm not playing Baldur's Gate 3, either one, so I cannot comment on anything in regards to the fandoms in those communities, pretty much. But at the same time, it's the same asinine, tired, old playbook being used, lobbing accusations of misogyny against the fandom, against people who are criticizing a character, because obviously misogyny is the driving force behind any criticism of a female character. Obviously misogyny is the driving force. Never mind the criticisms regarding the character arc, personality, and so forth. No, that doesn't exist. They don't listen to that because that's logical and that's their kryptonite. But at any rate, what are your thoughts on this down in the comments below? Do you agree with David Gaider? Do you disagree with him? Are you playing Baldur's Gate 3? So do you know this companion? Are what people saying about her true? Have you played the Dragon Age games? Is what David Gaider is saying about the Dragon Age fandom true? Let me know all that fun stuff down in the comments below. I'll be live later tonight on my YouTube channel with Orange Hat Reviews talking about Ghostbusters 2 for the 1s and 2s, about 8 p.m. Eastern, so come tune in for that. If you like this video, leave a thumbs up, share social media if you will. This is Mara Jade, catch you on the dark side, and I have internalized misogyny and I'm fucking proud of it. Peace.